I say those type of people, they're demons. You
Yeah.
want me to be in a bad situation. And you're trying to bring that to me, pull me into that mess. Because sometimes, it's wrong place, wrong time. You could have all the right intentions in the world, but when you're around the wrong people.
Right. If you're around people who just don't have any ambition, don't want to better themselves, you're bound to act that certain way.
Yeah, fall into that system.
Hey, step siblings, welcome to Between Sisters. We're sisters, yes, but more than that, we're two women figuring out life, love, careers, identity, and everything else in real time. Whether you've got a sister, always wished you did, or you're just looking for voices that feel like home, you belong here, where we give you real talk between real sisters. Real sisters. Hey, step siblings, I'm Corinne.
And I'm Kayla.
And you're listening to Between Sisters, where we give you real talk between real sisters. Today is day 15 of Podmas. Okay, we have been going for 15 days straight. We will be posting an episode every single day until December 25th. So make sure you're subscribed on YouTube and following on Spotify and Apple Podcasts to keep up with us, because we're having so much fun and we'll be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day. So come join the party. Today we will be talking about the company you keep. Because we were having a conversation earlier and we kind of cut it off to be like, you know what, we're going to talk about this on the pod.
Yeah.
Don't steal around me.
Do not steal around me. And I hate that someone has stolen around me. Why would you have the audacity to do that? I hate it. But okay, let me tell you. So literally, I had just met this girl. I was in undergrad. She just moved in, and she asked if we could take her to Walmart. So I was like, cool, like let's all go to Walmart, blah, blah. I'll tell you, this girl starts stealing like at the checkout, and I was like, my roommate and I just looked at each other like what's going on, but it's like, now I don't want to go anywhere with you.
Right, because not only did you ask me to take you, then you if you knew you were going to go steal, why would you ask me to come with you? You should have did that by yourself.
Right.
And you didn't even have the decency. Well, you didn't have any decency because you was going to do it with me. But then you didn't even have the extra decency to tell me, just so you know.
Right. I would have walked away.
She steals. Because I wouldn't have went with you.
Right.
Because if something goes down, guess what? It's y'all are all together. Don't steal around me.
That really blew me, because it's like, we just met you.
Yeah.
Now that's my first impression.
But it makes me think about, you have to be careful with people who don't care about what you have to lose in your well-being, because they'll put you in situations that you don't want to be in. They're the ones who y'all are out for the night and they get into a huge fight, and then you expect everyone to jump in and help you in this fight when we was just out here trying to have a good time, and you have now caused a situation, not something that happened and just so happened that this happened, but 9 times out of 10, you could have walked away, diffused it, this, that, and the third.
Some people just like to be rowdy and like to fight and stuff. So you just gotta be careful who you hang around with, especially in those type of settings when there's drinking and stuff involved. People like to have drama in their lives sometimes, and unfortunately. So you gotta just steer clear of those type of people.
Yeah, I'm watching Being Mary Jane, and I was watching an episode, and I got really frustrated with one of the characters, who is Mary Jane's niece, who I'm sorry, if you've ever seen Being Mary Jane, I do not like her niece.
Yeah.
She, to me, is just dumb. Like, completely. I've never seen her do anything productive at all on that show. Not one thing, unfortunately. I wish I had something good to say about her character, but I just don't like her. Another dumb thing that she was doing, she went through this whole thing and came into some money. I won't, spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but she came into a little bit of cash, and she took all her friends to a club and got a VIP section and was like, "We're gonna turn up. We deserve it. We're gonna turn up tonight." Some girl came up hating.
Of course.
She was like, "Oh, can we get into your section? Y'all look like y'all are having fun." And she was like, "Oh, you know what? We're just having a night to ourselves." And the girl was like, "Oh, you think you so big time because you have your money?" After she just came begging to get into the section, now she's starting a fight. Push comes to shove, Denise gets up and gets into a physical altercation with this girl and gets kicked out the club. I said, and now you right there with her, not in the VIP. Actually, not even in the club, outside. Now y'all back on the same, in the same territory since that's what she wanted.
That's exactly what she wanted.
So you gotta watch people who you're around, because sometimes they just want you to be in their situation.
I say those type of people, they're demons.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're really a demon. You want me to be in a bad situation. Yeah. You're trying to bring that to me, pull me into that mess. Because sometimes, it's wrong place, wrong time. You could have all the right intentions in the world, but when you're around the wrong people, the police don't care. They're not saying, "Oh, I was just in the car." Well, there are drugs in here, and you're in here.
Right.
So
wrong place,
wrong time. You gotta just, situations like that. It's like, let me keep my distance. Love you from a distance, okay?
Right. And don't have me just. This is why I like to, when I go with people and I hang out with people, I'm very much observant of things. I will just, not in a what you doing way, but I'm observant of my surroundings. I notice things and everything. If you have been drinking, okay, I've observed that you've been drinking and we're not going to get in this car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You have to be aware of your surroundings and not just lily lackadaisical, not paying attention to what people are doing around you. Because if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't have noticed that girl was stealing from the store, and you could have been continuing to go to the store with her, and then it would have been a problem at one point when she gets caught or something, and they're like, "Well, you was with her this time, so y'all were stealing together."
Right, because they would have looked right at them cameras and been like, "You've been here with her every single time." I would have been messed up. I would have been so distraught.
You know what I heard some stores do? Specifically, I heard this about Target, but I've heard this about several stores. They won't say anything for a while until you've racked up enough money that you've stolen. Like, they have, this was specifically about Target. They had such advanced security cameras and systems that they pretty much know most of the time when you're stealing from them, but they won't come at you until you've racked up enough for it to be a federal charge.
Oh, wow.
So they will wait. They will let you just steal. And then once you've stolen enough money, enough things worth the amount of money to be a federal charge, then they'll arrest you. And then, like, you're going to jail because you've racked up this amount of money. It's not a little occurrence.
You know what that made me think of? Back when I was a teenager and I was working retail, someone started stealing while I was working. And I didn't do anything. I was just watched. They filled their cart up. It was full to the top, and then they just walked out the store. And I was checking someone else out, and he was like, "You're not gonna get them? They just stole." And I'm like,
"What am I supposed to do?
What am I gonna do? Like, no, I'm not gonna get them."
Yeah.
Like, that man ran out to try and get them. I was like, I'm not doing anything.
What am I supposed to do?
I'm just a girl.
And they don't pay me enough.
They definitely don't pay me enough
to go chase it, putting myself in danger.
Right. I was like, no. I told my manager, of course.
I
but
am not security.
Right.
I am cashier.
Literally, cashier.
No,
Shut up.
when I was in high school, I had a retail job, and we weren't allowed to do anything about people stealing. That was in our training or anything. You were not allowed to do anything or interact because they were like, if you called them out, like you just put that in your purse, they could be like, well, I'm gonna sue this company because I wasn't gonna steal it. I was gonna bring it up there and you falsely accused. That was the reasoning one of my managers gave me. But people would steal from that store all the time, especially on the weekend. There'll be trips up to this store. Big, like, people would take big bus trips to come shop at this mall that I was working at. Child, one time we would just tell each other. So how we would try and combat it, which was nothing. The managers would see it on the camera. They'd say in your walkie in your ear, because we always had ear plugs in.
Yeah.
Hey, Corinne, someone is stealing in that back corner. Just go and fold around them so that they are more uncomfortable to steal. So that's what we do. We just fold around them or whatever. One time I was working cashier. My manager in my ear, hey, those people are stealing a lot in the back. But I think it was only me and another person on the floor, and we was both checking people out, so they was just back there stealing.
Yeah.
The manager went to go fold the clothes, but they were still stealing. They tried to make it look like they had these Nike bags, because there was a Nike store where we were working. These Nike bags, you know what a Nike bag looks like when you just get a Nike bag. These Nike bags were so old. They had white creases all up in these Nike bags. We know you did not just go to Nike and get these bags. They were the oldest Nike bags ever, and you could barely see the orange. Mind you, Nike bags are fully orange. It was white all through it, creases. This old Nike bags. They had like 2 or 3 of them. They stuffed them Nike bags to the brim. They gonna come up to me, the cashier, with one bib. And I was like, you know what? The fact that she was stealing baby clothes, I was like, she probably needs it.
Yeah.
Even though I don't condone stealing and everything, I was like, she probably needs it. And the manager was like, up on her and stuff. And I'm like, she probably going through something, man. Like, yeah, I don't condone stealing
I don't.
at all. It was just, it made me sad.
Yeah, that's how I felt with my situation too. It's like, what am I gonna do? And also, it's a bunch of food. Like, they took a bunch of food. I'm like, just let it go.
Sad. Like, working at a place and like being able to see things made me really sad. Oh. But don't steal and other people are not stealing, and then you don't tell people. Right. That's so inconsiderate. If you know you're going to steal, or if you don't know and you just decide to, don't drag everybody down in it. Especially as like, if you're like Black.
Yes.
You think they're gonna believe that you were? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not gonna believe what I say.
Don't do that. That is so. You're putting people's lives in danger.
I will say too, don't excuse the fun friend because they're entertaining. Just because it's like, yes, we have a good time, we turn up, but they do something, they get into trouble every night, or they're easily picking fights when we go out. It's like, don't excuse that behavior.
That reminds me of, I don't know why I'm thinking of Tiffany Haddish's character in Girls Trip.
In Girls Trip, yeah.
To me, she would get on my nerves. You got on that zip line and peed on the whole Bourbon Street on purpose.
On purpose.
Jada, she didn't mean to.
Right.
But
you said, "Ooh, that looks like fun."
You did on purpose. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just because they're the fun friend,
right?
Don't excuse that behavior. Then, oh my gosh, there was a scene in it.
What?
I just remembered. There's a scene in Girls Trip where Diddy is performing on the stage, and her character like flashes her boobs at him.
Oh god.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, imagine that happened, and you're just sitting there, like,
No, and the reason your friends doing that now, they think, oh, that's your friend. You get down like
right?
that too.
You know,
No,
like, and that's not the case all the
yes.
time. But you know, people say that,
Mhm.
and now we out here just because you're having fun. Don't have fun, and then you're getting into fights, or we having to get kicked out because you got too drunk.
Mhm.
Watch how you act,
Yeah.
how you move around. Then we can't take you anywhere. And then don't get mad when you don't get invited places.
Facts. Because your circle like reflects your standards. People are gonna look at you and be like, okay, well, they all do that, so, and that really doesn't. It's not the case every time. It reflects your standards.
Stop getting mad.
Mm-hmm.
If you act the fool every time you go out with a group and they don't invite you next time.
A lot of times too, you just outgrow people. You know, because you might have been at one point a little Tiffany Haddish in Girls Trip ish, but now you know you've grown
Not
up.
peeing on Bourbon Street.
I'm saying not that.
You could
but
be fun.
I'm saying
before.
Before I'm saying you've grown now. Before you might have been a little now you've grown, but you still have some friends that still get down like that, and you don't want to associate yourself with that. Sometimes you just outgrow your situation, you know. So you just got to surround yourself with people who are moving towards what you're moving towards. And still, I'm not saying you got to ditch them, but you know, love you from a distance. I'm not inviting you out.
No.
I might call you after and tell you about things. I'm not gonna be out with you.
I dealt with that. It was a group that we were all in a program, so we were all together all the time. It was like an amazing opportunity. It was a summer program that we all did, so we were all together all the time, and different people would go hang out in different groups, because during the day you would do an internship, and then at night you'd go hang out, whatever you wanted to do. And I remember there was one particular person who acted a fool one time to one of the people's brother's house.
Oh, okay.
Acted a fool. They were one of the girls' brothers was being so hospitable and let us use his living area space to have a hang out and chill with each other. He wasn't even bothering us, this and the third, and she knocked over a drink on his table and then just left it there. And he was like, "Oh, can you just wipe it up?" And then she started yelling at him and arguing with him and cursing at him. And we were like,
oh,
you have got to go.
Yeah, we don't act like that.
What? You have got to go. What are you doing? And so after that, obviously it was kind of like, okay, we're not really going to invite her to places anymore, because we can't trust that she's not going to offend the host
right
at these places, because she just offended the host, which was somebody's brother who they love.
Right.
And she was very, very upset about it.
Yeah.
So that didn't work out. And then it was kind of like this person was going through different friend groups in the program, trying to hang out with them. And it was happening at each friend group. Everyone stopped inviting her places, because every time she went out, it was like,
at what point do you look at yourself? You know, at that point, I would have been like, okay.
But it just became a thing, and it was like everyone had to sit down and have a talk of, why am I not being invited? But it was just a thing. But that's what happens when, you know, you don't act right. People don't want to bring you around anywhere, because they can't trust that you're going to act. They're people.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Again, look at yourself. Oh my gosh. I would have been like, I would have felt bad. After a while, I would have been like, dang. But I don't know. I just think about how being around certain people really could affect you in a way where you start doing things that you normally wouldn't do. Right. You think it's normal. You wouldn't even do some of this stuff. And now you're starting to ease your way into it, like, oh, that's not bad. Or, oh, I look the other way for this. And now you're in a whole bunch of mess.
And you don't mess yourself up. That's why you know, when you're younger and your parents can spot a bad apple and they're like,
Yes, yes.
no, we're not doing that. We're not hanging out with this crowd. No, that that translates to the rest of your life, because you could be hanging around a group of people, they don't even need to act crazy. You could be hanging around a group of people who just don't have any ambition.
Right.
And maybe you have a little bit, but you're comparing yourself to that. So really, in hindsight, you're not doing anything. You just think, oh, I'm getting up every day, so I'm ahead of the curve, because that's all the people that you're seeing.
Yes.
And really, you're not doing much. No, but it's like you rewired your brain to think you're doing so much. That's so important. If you're around people who just don't have any ambition, don't want to better themselves, you're bound to act that certain way.
Yeah, fall into that system. You're bound to. That's why they say you shouldn't be like the smartest in the room or the best at something in the room.
Right.
You should always have people you can look up to.
Or even they might keep inviting you to do things, and that's how you fall into the system. Because you're just going and doing these things with them, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah. It's like you start out saying no, no, no. Next thing you know, one day it's like, well, I'll try it. Because you keep putting yourself in that environment. That's how you get off the deep end.
And when you have friends that are all ambitious and going after something, that is normal in your crew.
Right.
So that's what the culture is. That's what y'all do. And it just helps push each other.
I think it's just another example of having discernment.
Yeah.
Why it's so important. I always tell people it's just so important to have discernment and pray for discernment, because then you can kind of see things more clearly. Like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to be in this situation, or I don't need to be in this room. I remember one time I walked out of a room at the most perfect, like that was the most amount of discernment. I walked out of a room. I was like, you know what? This doesn't feel right. I'm uncomfortable. Guys, let's leave. And luckily my friends, they were like, they didn't question it. They were like, yep, let's leave. When I tell you we left, we got in our car. We see the police. Yes, the police. We see the police roll up and barge into the building where we were just at. And I'm like, do you see God? Do you see this discernment? Yeah, something about, I didn't see anything.
It was like a noise complaint or something?
No, because there wasn't really a lot of people in there, but I didn't see anything that was like illegal or anything like that. It just looked weird. I'm like, there's no furniture in here. Like, it was like, this is given this is given trap house, even though I didn't see anything, but I was like, it's just given trap house. Like, this just, something's off. And I'm just looking at everyone. I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh my, that's so scary.
Yeah, and then we literally in the car, like, okay, let's do something else. Police barge up into the building we were in. We were like, they were going. See, I'm like, you have to have discernment.
That's scary. That gave me chills. But what I want to say is, it's so easy to normalize something in your world.
Yes.
So again, have that discernment. If you are hanging out with people who are making it a habit to fight, that's gonna be normalized to you. So just
get blackout drunk, or
it's gonna be normalized.
Right, it's gonna be normalized.
Steal. It's gonna be normalized. And then if you get caught up, then it's like, well, dang. So that's what we're saying.
Move like you have something to lose.
Yeah, just the company you keep is so important.
So don't steal around me.
Don't,
because I have something to lose. I don't like that.
Yeah, don't steal around me. Oh my goodness, it's too much.
And I want people to be looking at me like, oh, so you steal too?
Right?
Like, no,
don't do that.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Don't do it. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you'll tune in tomorrow. Let us know down in the comments what you feel like. Have people been doing stuff around you that you're kind of uncomfortable with?
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to make that pivot, that turn? Let us know down in the comments. And we hope to see you tomorrow for Podmas. Remember, we're posting every day till 25th. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow on Spotify and Apple Music. We will see you later. Bye.